My name is Pedro Gomez, and this is a public service announcement. I am advocating for change of the low standards of living and poor working conditions of migrant farm workers here in California. I'd like to start off with some background information I gathered from the National Agricultural Workers Survey from 2014. According to the National Agricultural Workers Survey, 73% of all agricultural workers are foreign-born, with 68% being from Mexico and 5% from Central America. Out of all the people surveyed, 70% of the workers can either speak little to no English at all. There are roughly 1.2 to 1.8 million undocumented farm workers in the United States, but that is changing with legal visas being handed out. Out of the total workforce, 72% are male and 28% are female. The agricultural industry in the United States is worth nearly $1 trillion, yet the average hourly wages for workers is between $10 and $11. With those hourly wages, an income for an individual farm worker is between $15,000 and $17,000 per year, which is far below the U.S. poverty line. There are exemptions in place for agricultural workers compared to every other field of work. They are not entitled to mandatory overtime pay and rest breaks, which means after what would be a regular 8-hour workday anywhere else, employees would be paid overtime wages for willingly staying, but not the farm workers. Some farm workers are afraid to complain to their bosses for fear of losing their job. They also don't have secure jobs since most of the work is seasonal. They are not protected by federal law in the case of a labor union strike. Immigration is a big concern for these migrant farm workers. During President Barack Obama's first term, the number of deportations of undocumented workers tripled to a total of 350,000 in the year 2011. However, it changed during his second term when Obama was focusing on deporting undocumented workers with a criminal record as a priority over the general public. Now that Trump has entered office, he has changed the guidelines Obama had in place concerning deportation and now has ICE arrest any undocumented person, criminal record or not. Trump also plans to have 10,000 Homeland Security and ICE agents seek out and deport any undocumented person. The economic impact within the agricultural industry. With the agricultural industry nearing the $1 trillion net worth, most of it is down to the fact of exploitation of these migrant farm workers. With the low wages that the workers earn and no overtime pay, the consumer, me and you, are benefiting from their suffering. If there were laws set in place to get rid of these immigrant workers, the United States would have to look at other parts of the world to import the produce, and that would have a negative impact on the GDP. Some of the health hazards concerning these migrant farm workers are that every year 2 billion pounds of pesticides are used on farms in the United States, which result in nearly 20,000 pesticide poisoning of the farm workers. They are also not entitled to receive medical insurance under their employer. Mexicans are 80% more likely to die on the job than Americans. Skin and lung cancer are two common types of cancer that these migrant farm workers can contract. Obesity and hypertension are also two of the more common health issues among migrant workers. Poverty, frequent mobility, low literacy levels, not knowing the English language, and cultural barriers hinder agricultural workers' ability to access medical and social services. In the case of an injury or illness on the job or outside the workplace, some migrant workers don't report what happened because they are scared someone else will come in and take their job.
Hola, ¿cómo andamos?
Me llamo Eduardo Sandoval.
Hola, Eduardo, te voy a hacer unas preguntas, ¿eh?
A ver,
¿En dónde trabajas?
yo trabajo en el campo, en la uva.
¿Y cómo ves más o menos el trabajo de ahí?
Pues el trabajo está más o menos matado. Es mucho trabajo y nos asolamos mucho. Y es mucho trabajo que piden, pero pues lo tenemos que sacar.
Y trabajan muchas horas, pero el pago, ¿cómo se les hace?
Pues sí, trabajamos muchas horas, pero pues la paga no es más o menos muy bien y también hacen muchas horas extras, pero también muy matado.
¿Y la mayoría de la gente con que los trabajas ahí en el campo son mexicanos o también hay americanos?
Sí, puro mexicano es los que hacemos la labor, y ya lo que es el trabajo ya como de encargados y eso, pues ya es más gente más,
Los americanos, sí.
más americana. Sí.
Sí, porque yo estaba leyendo en la internet que el presidente Trump quiere autorizar 10,000 agentes de la Migrant para ir a los campos y deportar todos los que no tienen papeles. Y si eso pasa, entonces no va a haber trabajo ahí en el campo. ¿Y crees que los americanos son capaces de hacer ese trabajo?
La verdad no. Yo pienso que los americanos no ni se pararían al campo.
No.
Sí, nosotros somos los que sacamos el trabajo.
Gracias por su tiempo.
Gracias.